is the significance of these two huge statues that we see in Lord of the Rings? These statues are collectively called the Argonath, which means pair of royal stones. Their Peter Jackson film counterparts are a little bit different to those of the book. In the film, the statues represent Isildur and Elendil, his father. You can see here that the statue of Elendil is also holding Narsil. He also has a beard, which Elendil wouldn't have had because the royal house of Numenor did not have beards. Elf genetics. In the book, the two statues actually represent Isildur and his brother Anarion, who was pretty much cut from the films. The statues also weren't even built during the lifetimes of who they depicted, Isildur and Anarion. In fact, they weren't built for over 1200 years after the brothers had died. The statues straddled the river Anduin and served as a landmark on the northern edge of Gondor. So why Isildur and Anarion rather than Elendil like in the films? This is because Elendil, while High King of Arnor and Gondor, was predominantly the King of Arnor, while the two brothers co-ruled Gondor together. The capital of Gondor was Osgiliath, which stood on the midway point between the two strongholds of each brother. Isildur established his stronghold to the east in the shadow of the Ephel-Duath, and it was named after him, Minas Ithil, the Tower of the Moon. The land around it was also named after him, Ithilien, the Land of the Moon. Meanwhile, on the other side of Osgiliath and the Anduin and across the Pelennor fields, Anarion settled, and his tower, which would later become known as Minas Tirith, was called Minas Anor, the Tower of the Sun, in the land of Arnorion, the Land of the Sun. So we had Son of the Sun in Land of the Sun in Tower of the Sun, and Servant of the Moon in Land of the Moon in the Tower of the Moon. So 1200 years after their deaths, Minalcar, the regent of Gondor, chose to build the Argonath. As a welcome to Gondor, or as a warning? Maybe a bit of both. This was the most accurate artwork of the Argonath that I could find, since it depicts both the brothers without beards and both holding axes as it's described in the book.